Hey guys, so today I thought I would do a little video on just some of my Copic markers and the ones I prefer to use. And if you've watched my videos, you know most of them are Copic tutorials, and I am by no means a great Copic color. I haven't been doing these but about maybe 5 or 6 months at the most, and I first got interested in them by watching the ladies on YouTube. I was Arlene and Lena, and just loved the way that they were able to, you know, make these images come to life by using these markers. So that's how I got interested in them, and just over the past months I've collected quite a few, and I have found that there are some that I just use more than others. And these are my little caddies that I carry them in. The way I work, when I work night shift, after I finish, you know, whatever paperwork I have to do, then my boss is completely okay with us, you know, bringing stuff up here to like hobby or craft or whatever, you know, as long as it don't get too messy. And so these are really easy for me to carry my markers in, and so I can carry them to work with me, and they're easy to put away, you know, if something happens and I have to get busy. So, and I got these at the dollar store. And so I just separated my markers into just color groups, and like these are the violets and the reds, and these are the earth tones and yellows. These are my grays, my greens are here, and my blues are in this one. But I put these cups in here because you have blues and blue greens, and so I just separate those. I didn't do it with the reds and violets because there were so many of them. I wouldn't have room to put them all in. But looking at the earth tones, if you plan on coloring images of, you know, like the Greeting Farms or the CC Designs, you're going to collect quite a few earth tones, because that's what you use to color the hairs and the skin, whether it's Caucasian or African American or Asian, you know, you're going to use earth tones. And so I found that for the skin, the three colors that I use the most are these three, and that's EOOO, EOO, and EO2. And I really like this combination of colors. When I first started, I didn't have this EOOO, and so I was having to use, I think I was using the E50, but it just wasn't blending as well. So I use these three the most for my skin tones. And then if I'm going to add, let's see if I can find it. If I'm going to add blush to an image, like a little girl or something, like it, here it is. I use R20, which is, my camera's not focusing, but that's blush. And so yeah, that's the one I use most often for that. In the yellows, I would say these three colors, and you know, these are the ones I have, so these are the ones I use the most. If I get more, then I'll probably use, you know, different ones, but for now it's Y32, Y35, and Y38, and I just like this. And you can make just, you know, all kinds of stuff. You can use it on hair, you know, just whatever. So this is a really good combination. And if you haven't noticed by now, these numbers are in sequence, and if you have a color chart, you can tell, you know, which would be in order. And so I try to keep them in the same, like the first digit the same. So those are, that's that. In the reds, I would say my favorite ones are these four. And I have some of these that I haven't even used because I just haven't found a purpose for them, but I have them, and so they're there. But R22, R24, which is prawn, R27, and R29. These are the four red ones that I use the most, just because it covers the range. As you can see, R22 is really light compared to the others, but it's a good gradient. And you know, you can, as far as like Christmas red and stuff like that, R27 and R29 is really good for that. So, you know, yeah, these are the reds I use the most often. For the violets, I use these ones, and they're a little spread out, but they work. I use V09, V15, and V17 the most often, and they work really well, even though they're scattered out a bit. Which the V15 and the V17, they're next to each other on the color chart, but the V09 I think is just skipping one or two colors. So yeah, they blend, and I really like those for my purple choices. I also have the blue violets, and my two favorite blue violets are BV11 and BV13. They're just a really nice color combination. For my cool grays, I prefer the and well, you have cool grays and warm grays. I prefer the cool grays when I'm coloring like black hair. I really haven't used the warm grays, but maybe once or twice, and it was just messing around to see what they actually look like, and I don't know, I just didn't care for it. But I'm sure I'll come across an image or something that I'll need to use those on, so I have those. In the greens, I would say my favorite ones are, let me find it, these three. And that's G21, G24, and G28, this darker one. And I can just, you know, I can color the G21 and then, you know, do some shadow with the G24 and not even put G28 on there, or I can put all three, or I can start with G24 and go to G28. So it's just a nice range of greens, and I really like those. My blues, I don't have a lot of blues, but the ones that I do have, I prefer these two, which is B32 and B34, and they're really nice. Also, whenever I'm coloring blue jeans, I like to use these two colors, which is B93 and B95. They look really good for blue jeans, I think. And my blue greens, wow, you can see I only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I got 10 of those ones. But of the ones that I do have, my favorite ones are these two. And that is BG45 and got this BG49. And even though they're like three or four numbers missing, they're actually beside each other on the color chart, I think. And so they just blend really well, and I really like those. Also, out of this group is the let's see, these two, and I actually use these a lot too. And this is BG75 and BG78. So they're really nice, and I like them. whenever you have a Copics, the thing you really want to get is this Copic color chart, and you can just color in the squares with the Copic markers as you buy them. And I actually have 2 of these. I have the one that I carry around with me, and as you can see, it's dog-eared and just shot to pieces, but it works. It's functional. And I also have another one that I keep in a plastic cover thing that I just keep in my craft room and don't carry around. But here's some images I've been working on. These are precious moment images, and if you want to color, you know, images of these little characters and stuff, and maybe you don't have any greeting form stamps or CC design stamps, you can go online and find like these precious moment images, and they're not copyrighted. You can download them as coloring pages and then resize them. That's what I've done with these, because I don't have any of these stamped images, but I really like this, and I'm working on a layout for my niece in her scrapbook, and I wanted some of these images. So this is actually for her dedication page. So yeah, you don't have to have a stamp, you know, to try these out. You can definitely go online and download, you know, different images. I have this one, and then I thought this was super cute. I printed this out just on cardstock paper. If you get the Georgia Pacific paper, it will go through your printers with no problem. And it's just a medium weight cardstock, and I like to color on it. I know it's probably not the best thing for my Copics because it drinks up the ink a little bit, but as far as printing out images, it works. So yeah, I'm going to put this on a Christmas card for my sister. So I got those. Also, what I like to do when I want to redefine a line or something that's on one of my images that I've colored over, I like to use these. And I know Copic makes something very similar, but I just prefer these ones. This is what I used in art class, and I'm just kind of stuck on them. But it's a pigment liner, and you can't use these before you color with your Copics, but afterwards they're fine. They don't bleed. They're not extremely expensive, I don't think. It's like there's actually 4 in a pack. I left my other one at my craft room, but yeah, they're like, I think they're like $12 for these 4, and they last forever, and they're really good. And you have different size tips. Like this is a this is 07, and then you have an 08. I mean an 03, and then you have 05. So yeah, they're really handy when you want to redefine, or you know, go on the outside of your image after you've cut it out if you just want to give it that finished look. So yeah, that's what I use, and it's the learning process. The more colors you get, you'll find the easier it is to color your images and to get that gradient that, you know, that comes from shading. But it's an investment, and it's not something you can just go and have overnight, I guess, unless you're Bill Gates or something. But you know, just normal people, it's something you have to acquire. You have to build your collection, and you have to, you know, work on it. So that's my Copics. That's the one I use, and just wanted to share that with you guys. So thanks for watching, and talk to you next time. Bye.